Well, everyone, it looks like the proverbial, it's the poop has hit the fan. The Manly Sea Eagles this week have their game where the boys need to wear their inclusion jersey, the pride jersey, but seven, again, people of faith have decided, no, we don't want to be part of it. Now, let me just say this. It seems like inclusion is only inclusion if you're included. But if you're not part of the narrative, then you're excluded. There seems to be one group of people that are being excluded from basically their own opinion. They're not allowed to have their own faith. They're not allowed to have their opinion. You see, here's the interesting thing. When the Australian cricket team got up and won the Ashes thing they decided not to do the shaking of the champagne, the alcohol, because they wanted to wait until their Muslim member of their team was basically away from the alcohol, because it's an offence to people of Muslim faith. Of course, then there was the Australian sports lady who, because of her Muslim faith, she decided not to participate in sport, a particular part of sport, which had to do with Pride Month. And guess what? No drama. But if you're a believer, at worst, if you're any kind of evangelical Christian believer and you dare have an opinion, you are fouled out. That's what you are. You're vermin. You are narrow-minded. You're a bigot. And of course, there's morons out there that say, well, I'd be happy for the Manly cricket team. Maybe they ought to play cricket. The Manly team ought to kick these guys out of the club. Why? Because of their opinion? Because I wonder if the Pride community would wear a T-shirt celebrating, saying this: Christ is the reason for the season, Christmas. Well, of course I won't do that. What Manly want to be more thinking about is how to win football games, not catering to activism. You see, activism has gone absolutely bonkers. It has overtaken any kind of sense of normality in our culture. We've got these green activists going crazy with crazy ideologies and philosophies. Now we've got the gay activism. And by the way, I don't care whether you're gay or straight. Not my business. That's between you and the Almighty. But the moment you start to impose your opinion, the moment you start to vilify because of your opinion. Now, these boys have willfully decided to not play. Well, had they considered maybe that the guys that want to wear the jersey, and the guys that don't want to wear the jersey, wear the Manly normal colours? I mean, they've been doing it for 30, 40, 50 years. What's wrong with a normal jersey? I'm sure they'll be able to distinguish their teammates. I'm sure of that. But you see, here's the thing. It is a war on Christianity. Now, I'm about to tell you something. An awakening is coming. An awakening is coming to Australia. A spiritual awakening. I am so fired up. And I want to announce today that I'm going to be hitting the road in the next few months. I'm going to be going right around this country, Australia, with a message of awakening. And we're going to open up to rallies all over the place. Whether churches choose to have us or not, we're coming to town anyway. And we're going to be bringing an awakening. We need a national awakening. Spiritually, economically, financially, and in every other way, we need a major awakening. This kind of stuff has got to stop. Sports team ought to focus on sport. You know, back in the day, we used to have a TV show called Wonder Woman. Now we're wondering, what is woman? It's gone so far and so crazy. Now, I didn't want to make this a long rant today, but I believe it's time that people start standing up for what they believe, and they not be vilified, they not be ostracized, they not be banned from sports because of their viewpoint. Now, I'd like to say religious viewpoint, but it really is only to a targeted group of people, Christians. Interestingly enough, what I find is that, again, church goes silent on this stuff, and then they wonder why we're not respected. We were never meant to be silent. We're never meant to be judgmental either, I've got to say. Oh, but if you don't wear that jersey, you're not showing love. No, I'm showing conviction. I'm allowed to have those. People could give two tosses about your preferences. But you know what? People will die for their convictions. And sadly, people are not allowed to have convictions. You're not allowed to have convictions on climate change, which is an absolute rot. You weren't allowed to have any kind of convictions on bodily autonomy. And by the way, how's that working for everyone right now? How's that working for everyone right now? It's not working. It is not working. Have a look at one of the videos I posted up earlier in the week. It is not working, and they know it's not working, but they won't admit it's not working. What's their answer? Just up the ante. Go on, go get another, dose. Go get another this. Go get another that. Your volition is slowly being eroded, and until we start making a stand and saying enough's enough, Manly ought to start thinking about winning a premiership rather than wondering what rainbow colours they ought to be putting on a jersey. And I don't care about rainbow colours. Here's the interesting thing. God created the rainbow. It's first time any rainbow is mentioned in the book of Genesis. It was a symbol of God's covenant. Now, I wonder if the pride community, as they want to call themselves, and not all people are like this, by the way, I wonder if this whole activism thing realised that they had taken a symbol of God's covenant that came out of the Bible. That's where it's from. Every time you see a rainbow, it was a covenant that God would not destroy the earth like he did. Put that one up your old climate change pipe and smoke it, by the way. I really believe it's time we start speaking out. And just remember this. When you look at news media, when you look at a lot of this stuff, have a look at the one people's group that is constantly being targeted. And here's one of the reasons why. Church leadership has become woke and silent. You stand for nothing. At least a lot of them out there anyway. Albanese's new agenda on euthanasia, where's our voice in that? Where was our voice under all the other stuff that came through under Palaszczuk and Morrison and Malcolm Turnbull? We were silent, and we forgot that we were supposed to be salt and light. But I'm telling you, an awakening is coming, and we're going to come right across Australia. I've got my team setting up a page right now that if you want to register for these spiritual awakening events, you can. I don't care whether you're a person of faith or not. We're going to places where people are going to think, why is he going there? We're going there because it's time our nation comes back to its true north. Anyway, God bless you, everyone. Please make sure you share the rant. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you need to follow us at Instagram at Pat Mesiti. I will make sure that I put the link here to our Instagram and all our various trees, as they call them, where you can find us. Share the word, spread the love, and stay true to your convictions. God bless you, everyone.